Hi guys, give me a second. I am trying to get word out. We'll wait till 4 o'clock to really get going. So, how is everyone doing? Hopefully, you're all doing okay. Do me a favor when you come into chat, let me know where you're from. And yeah, let me know where you're from. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Oh, and don't forget to click that like button. I have a bit of a hiccup going on right now. Let's see. Okay, it is 4 o'clock. So the first leaf that we're going to look at is a willow. And yeah, not sure the exact species of willow, but it is a willow. Not like a weeping willow, but I believe this is a native willow, though that's not necessarily true because we get a lot of seeds dropped off by birds. And I'm sure if you live in other areas, you probably get that too. So it shouldn't be a surprise. Well, that's no good because the next one is quaking aspen. You can see the quaking aspen is a little bit toothed at the top. And it is different than cottonwood, though they are related. You can see the cottonwood is on the right. It is much more toothed than the quaking aspen. And yes, the cottonwood is also sort of flat on the bottom. And the edges are more saw-like, and it comes to a much higher point than the quaking aspen. Next up is this little white oak. White oak is different than, say, a black oak. This, I believe, is a pin oak. It's a massive leaf, and you can see that it has little points on it, on the lobes, whereas the white oak has round lobes. Believe this is a pin oak. It is in the black oak family. We have an elm. I believe this is slippery elm. I believe. You can see that one end is much lower than the other. It is definitely toothed. This is a native elm, by the way, not to be confused with, say, Siberian elm, and it's a little bit fuzzy. I don't know if you can hear that. It's a little rough. Then there are some mulberries. I don't know if these are natives or not. I'm going with not. And they also have, like the sassafras, they actually have two different types of leaves. At least two. One like this, and another that has more lobes on it. And mulberry has little tooths on it too. Now, this is not poison ivy, but it does get confused for poison ivy a lot. This is box elder. Box elder is in the maple family. This one actually has 5 leaflets. This is what we call a compound leaf because it has leaflets on it. And that's what box elder looks like. This is another, sorry for ums. This is another leaf. This is a elderberry leaf. Elderberry is a shrub. It's not really a tree. Elderberry usually produces white flowers and has, at this time of year, the one by us has little blackish purple berries that under the right conditions can be eaten. Although I'm not going to talk that much about that. Now this is silver maple. They do get bigger than this. This one's got a little bit of wear and tear on it from whatever critters might be out there. But yeah, that's silver maple. I thought this next one had a bit different looking leaf. This is going to be too big to really do much with, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. This is black walnut. Black walnut is again a compound leaf. How you can tell this apart from other plants, especially something like tree of heaven. This is one leaf. It has leaflets or compound leaves. The ones on the bottom are right next to each other, but as you go up, they all sort of alternate. And at the top, sometimes you'll get another leaf that'll come off right here. But in this case, we only have 2 leaves right at the top. So that's black walnut. Black walnut also has a very unique smell to it. This is a smaller black walnut. And if you can see here that the leaves, again, somewhat alternate. Let's see. It should have the famous black walnut smell. Yes. And it'll smell a little bit like the nuts if you've ever husked a black walnut. There's a definite smell to them. Now, this is something that's not, I don't see a lot in my area. This is called sour gum, or I believe black tulipa. It gets fruits. If you look on in my videos somewhere, I actually have a fruit of this plant that grows. You can actually see me taste it. Finally, we have a leaf. Now, this is not from my area, but it does grow in my area. This is catalpa. And catalpa is one of the bigger leaves. It has a pretty good sized leaf. As you can see. So yeah, that is catalpa. It has a big central vein, and catalpa, yeah, it's just a big leaf. Looks a little bit, I don't know, maybe like a teardrop, maybe not. Catalpa, this is the plant that has the really long green seed pod on it. Looks sort of like a green bean, but it's not. As far as I know, it was brought in for ornamental reasons, I'm assuming. It is a native to the United States, just not Northwest Indiana. So there you go. Those are some plants that grow in my area, some trees that grow in my area. Might do this again on Instagram. I don't know. I'm thinking I'm going to. Just because this one only took about 14 minutes. It's a short live. And I will see you in the next one.